Hey guys, what is going on? And I'm gonna take the glasses off because sometimes when I have that light on, it makes a glare, and I think that's somewhat annoying. But yeah, welcome, and this is going to be recording new videos. It's gonna happen. I don't know when it's gonna happen. Most likely, it's gonna happen around this time. Who knows? You may hear my baby in the future in videos. You may see my baby in future videos. Who knows? But let's get to the video that you guys want to see. 1922. It's a Stephen King novella. I'm not sure when it came out. I didn't see that. I watched the movie last night, early morning. I watched it. It's a Netflix original, supposedly, but that's kind of loose. Sometimes you never know about that nowadays. So sometimes they pick up a movie that maybe nobody else wants, that nobody's really interested in, and they'll pick it up. I'm sure it's a Stephen King novella that people were interested in it. So I don't know all the backstory on the whole thing, but I checked it out. It was pretty good. It's basically about this farmer who has a wife, and pretty much she doesn't like the farm life. She's never liked the farm life. She's always wanted to get out of it, and it just kind of goes through what happens. He tries to get rid of the problem of her selling the farm, that she basically owns the farm. And if she would sell the farm, he would either be left with this. I think he had like 20 acres of farm, minus her 80 acres of farm. So his family had like a little small bit of farm right next to her family's. And when her dad passed, she got the whole farm. And this is explained at the very beginning of the movie, so no spoilers. I try not to spoil it in my review, especially when it's a good movie like this one. Here's what I liked about the movie. There are some very disturbing scenes in this movie. So if you like it, it's not like super graphic, but they show it more than once in the movie, so it's kind of disturbing, having to do with rats. So if you're not a fan about that, just be aware to stay clear of this movie. There's also some weird kind of macabre scenes in here that you kind of got to be aware of too. But Brett Willie, what I liked about it was something different. And it wasn't something that's been rehashed over and over again, but it kind of was, because it's always about these people who want to get rid of their problems in a certain way, and then kind of dealing with the consequences. And I know there's another movie I'm thinking about. I think it kind of is like, if I remember right, I'm thinking like, wasn't The Fall of Usher or something like that having to do something like this? I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was something like one of the Vincent Price movies kind of was like this. It wouldn't surprise me if Stephen King wasn't influenced by something like that to make this movie. Because I think one of Vincent Price's movie was kind of like this, but in, of course, a different way. Not taking place in 1922. But it's a really good movie. The actors, I think, are pretty good in this movie. The neighbor, you'll know him. He's pretty popular. I can't remember what his name is. The other actors, I wasn't really aware of who they were, what they've been in. The dad, that's the main character, he seemed familiar, like he'd been in other things. Like I said, I don't really look up people usually, unless I super really care about knowing who they are. And this movie doesn't really feel like I'm going to ever see this guy again. But anyways, he was a good actor, though. But here's my cons about the movie. The things I did not like about this movie was, you get involved in the movie and you know what's going to happen because it's just so obvious what's going to happen. But you stick with it and everything like that. Everything goes down, and then there's problems with the son that happens. He has a son in the movie, and then it kind of dives off to the left into a whole nother story, and then you kind of don't know where it's going from there. And there it kind of drags and gets slow, and it's just like, get to the point. And I kind of think they kind of went the scenic route to get around to what they were telling the story about. Now, I'm pretty sure this is probably in the novel or the novella, whatever. But to me, I get what the whole thing is about, really, but it just seemed like they drug on. The movie part, there should have been ways to make it more exciting, or to make it more appealing for a movie. To me, it's not the greatest movie. It's not the worst movie ever. It's one, like, this is one of those movies, like I said, I would never buy this movie. I won't watch it again. It's one of those movies you watch once, and either you liked it or you didn't like it, and you're going to attach yourself to it. You're going to want to buy the movie and rewatch it, or you're just going to watch it this once and be done with it. But more or less, it's going to be a movie you watch once and forget about it. Hence why it's a Netflix movie. that doesn't mean anything, because I've seen some really good Netflix movies that are actually pretty decent that I would rewatch. Netflix movie doesn't really mean anything bad nowadays. Yeah, I'm yawning. But yeah, this movie was good. It was good. And near the end, it was, like I said, this kind of took a dive. Like, as soon as the thing happened with the son, it just kind of took a dive. And it was just boring from there. It just seemed like it just dragged and dragged. And I'm thinking, when is it going to end? And then at one point, I thought something was going to happen. He gets a bunch of money. I'm just going to talk vaguely. He gets a bunch of money for something. And I thought it was going to go in a different direction. And it didn't. It just literally the movie crapped out. And it ended around, like, shortly after that. And to me, it didn't really make much sense. Like, it should have went another direction. It would have made more sense at the end if that would have happened. But I don't know. So my final thoughts on the movie is, would I recommend somebody to watch it? If you're a Stephen King fan, it probably would be interesting to watch, because more or less you probably read the novella. So you would probably enjoy it more. But for somebody that's just watching it for a movie, like I said, you might get bored halfway through. You might understand what I'm talking about when it kind of drops off and it kind of just acts like it's going nowhere in the middle of the film. But, you know, in all honesty, I think it deserves like at least one watch. I mean, if you ain't got nothing to do and you want to watch a decent movie, this is a decent movie to watch. It's not bad, but it's not, you know, the greatest movie ever either. It's, you know, I would say it's slightly above average, but, you know, and saying that's not much, because there's a lot of average movies on Netflix, but it's probably a little bit better than the average movie on Netflix. You know, if you can average out all the kind of the B movies and kind of crappy horror movies that are on Netflix and such, you know, if you kind of put it above that, that's where it's at. I think that's where I would put it at. It's definitely worth one watch, and then, you know, to see if you ever want to see it again, and basically to get your thoughts on it. But if you do happen to check it out. That's what I meant, catch it out. I can tell I'm getting to go to bed. Anyways, but yeah, check it out. Let me know what you down below. Leave it in the comments. I can't talk. I just need to go to bed. But 1922, a Netflix original film, like I said, is based off a novella by Stephen King. Checked that out last night, this morning, whatever. And there was my thoughts. So if you guys enjoyed the video, kind of a short one. I'm trying to keep these under 10 minutes, but I mean, if I have more to talk about, I'll have more to talk about. And you guys can talk about what I talk about down below. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was kind of annoying. I don't know why I didn't turn it off. I just left it on. Thought I'd add a little more ambience. My hair getting a little crazy. Well, I didn't get to it this week, so maybe she'll get to it this coming week. But anyways, more videos coming. I know I always say that. I've been sporadic with my videos, but they are coming. I'm getting back to a schedule. I have a planner now. Where's that sucker at? It's in the bedroom. I have a planner now. I wrote it in there, 1922, record. I put today's date on it. So it also let me know what movies I've recorded is another thing. So yeah, there you go. And there's other thoughts too. And if you didn't make it in the video, then hey, you're not going to know about this. So whatever, I can just talk about whatever. So, but talking about a little bit updates to the channel is there might be some changes coming. So be aware of that, as well as, you know, I might start to do maybe some channel rename and some other stuff. So we'll see where everything goes. But like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. I'll catch you guys later. Keep rocking. Keep on watching movies. Later.